The autumnal equinox occurs around September 22nd in the northern hemisphere and March 20th in the southern hemisphere. What happens? Scientifically, Earth's axis is tilted about 23.5 degrees relative to its orbit around the Sun. As Earth orbits, this tilt causes changing sunlight angles, giving us the seasons. On the equinox, the sun's rays shine directly on the equator. Day and night are nearly equal in length everywhere on Earth, hence the word equinox, from Latin equus equal sign equal and nox equal sign night. Why it happens during Earth's orbit? There are 2 points each year when the tilt of Earth's axis is neither toward nor away from the Sun. At these points, the vernal and autumnal equinoxes, the Sun crosses the celestial equator, an imaginary line above Earth's equator. Astronomical significance. The equinox marks the start of fall in the northern hemisphere and spring in the southern hemisphere. After the autumnal equinox in the north, days grow shorter and nights longer until the winter solstice. The autumnal equinox occurs when Earth's tilted axis and orbital path bring the Sun directly above the equator, creating nearly equal hours of day and night across the globe. Scientifically, it's a moment of perfect balance in Earth's dance around the Sun. Spiritually, that same balance invites us to reflect on our own lives. Just as light and darkness share the sky equally, we are reminded to honor both growth and release, abundance and letting go. The equinox is nature's way of showing that harmony between opposites is not only possible, but essential, and by attuning ourselves to this celestial alignment, we align body, mind, and spirit with the cycles of the earth. The autumnal equinox is a moment of profound spiritual symbolism, one of the 2 times each year when day and night are nearly equal. Scientifically, it happens when the Sun crosses the celestial equator, illuminating both hemispheres evenly. Spiritually, it is a mirror of balance, harmony, and the eternal cycles of growth, harvest, and release. The balance of light and dark in the sky reflects the balance we are invited to cultivate within ourselves, between action and rest, giving and receiving, light and shadow. Across many traditions, the equinox is seen as a threshold moment, a gateway between the outward, expansive energy of summer and the inward, reflective energy of autumn and winter. It is a pause in the wheel of the year, a reminder that time itself has natural rhythms, and that we, too, thrive when we live in alignment with those rhythms. Spiritually, this makes the equinox a time to both celebrate and surrender, to honor the abundance that has come into our lives, while also acknowledging that the season of growth has shifted toward one of release and transformation. The equinox is deeply tied to the theme of harvest, not only the literal harvest of crops, but also the symbolic harvest of our efforts, choices, and intentions. Spiritually, this is a time to reflect on what seeds we planted earlier in the year, what has grown, and what we now hold in our hands as fruit of our labor. Gratitude becomes a central practice here, to pause and give thanks for blessings, lessons, and the unseen forces that have guided us through the year. In doing so, we shift from a mindset of scarcity to one of abundance, allowing us to carry that energy forward. Yet alongside harvest comes the necessity of letting go. Just as the trees release their leaves and prepare for winter, we too are called to shed what no longer serves us. Spiritually, this may mean outdated beliefs, lingering resentments, unhealthy attachments, or patterns that weigh us down. The equinox reminds us that release is not loss, but a natural part of the cycle of renewal. Letting go creates the space for new growth when the light returns, just as fields must rest before they can be planted again. Another spiritual aspect of the equinox is its invitation to embrace shadow work. As the nights grow longer, we are asked to journey inward and honor the parts of ourselves that we usually keep hidden. The balance of light and dark at the equinox teaches us that shadow is not the enemy of light but its partner, and that true wholeness comes from integrating both. By facing our inner shadows with compassion, we step closer to balance and authenticity. Finally, the autumnal equinox is a time of reconnection with nature. Ancient cultures celebrated it with feasts, offerings, and ceremonies, honoring the earth's cycles and giving thanks to the sun and soil for sustaining life. In essence, the spiritual meaning of the autumnal equinox is about balance, gratitude, release, and renewal. Just as Earth turns steadily on her axis, moving through cycles of light and dark, so too do our lives unfold in rhythms of growth, harvest, rest, and rebirth. By honoring this sacred turning point, we align ourselves with the wisdom of the cosmos and the heartbeat of the Earth.